How'd you keep the tinsel on?
A little bit of sticky tape and well-positioned knots.
Ah, nice.
Didn't test it in the wind tunnel, so I don't think it's going to go well in the wind tunnel. But,
Chill ride or smash fest? We'll find out. We're at the Narrows. It is 6:15. Just repaired a puncture that she had. And hello. Let's go. So I have never done a video like this before where it is like from the beginning to the end. This is a complete river loop. That's from the Narrows up to Christchurch and all the way basically back to Applecross. That is the Perth Riverloop. So this video will take you there. Right now we are crossing the road that leads into the city on the left, and we turn right here towards Mounts Bay Road. And Mounts Bay Road will take us to UWA, past the Blue Boat House, and before that, the Old Swan Brewery. Nice, you got the lights going. Music too. Good stuff, bro. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I rode past Santa yesterday.
Yeah?
Will we see Santa today? I'll tell him I've been a good boy.
I reckon I want some new wheels.
The group I'm riding with today is the SR group, Social Riders. We sometimes like to make fun of this group and say it's the serious riders. So about 10 years ago, I was part of the founding members of this group of cyclists, and over the last 10 years, the group has changed so much. New riders, people stop riding, so they no longer show up. New people get into riding looking for a community, and they all come in, and they're a really fun bunch. I love the guy's setup, man. Look at all the tinsel. He's a reindeer. Santa's big for a day. Very nice. How'd you keep the tinsel on?
a little bit of sticky tape and well-positioned knots.
Ah, nice.
Didn't test it in the wind tunnel, so I don't think it's going to go well in the wind tunnel. But
not with the reindeer thing.
No.
They jingle.
They do jingle.
Nice.
Every time I hit a bump, they do jingle.
Jing jing. Good stuff, man. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
The Old Swan Brewery is on the left, and on the right is Kings Park. Beautiful place. If you like picnics, if you like to cycle, you can always cycle up to Kings Park. It's a great place. The national championships are going to be held right there, so absolutely beautiful. So this is a big group that we're riding with today, and this is the slower group. It's not the fast group. The fast group left earlier on, and I thought, hey, I'm going to cruise a little bit. Zone 2 had about 700 TSS already this week. So right there, front left is Capo. Capo is essentially the founder of SR. We met 10 plus years ago, and it's been fun times. Great guy. All these guys here rolling past. I'm Rita, so that one on the second row on the right. He showed us a photo today of himself a while ago. I'm not sure how old that photo is, but he was like twice the size, man. So good job, mate, on changing your diet, going to the gym, getting on the bike, and getting fit. This guy is an absolute beast on the bike right now. Good job. This is Mounts Bay Road, and the national championships will actually come this way, but in the opposite direction. So yeah, heading into the city, we're riding away from the city towards a very iconic place called the Blue Boat House. Love to take couples there for wedding photos, even though it's very cliche. Everyone has it. And when you come in the summer or winter, actually any time of the year, there's always a queue for photos at the Blue Boat House. You guys will see it a bit. So as you can see on the bottom right, you've got the speed next to it, my RPM, that's my cadence. In the middle section, we've got the power. And on the top left and right, you got the overall map and then the current road that we're on. This is Mounts Bay Road, as I mentioned earlier on, and it's pretty popular road to ride on. In fact, the infamous Papa's Ride comes by here, and at 37, 38, yeah, this is very cruisy. When we were riding with a fast group, we hit about high 40s to 50 k's an hour down Mounts Bay Road. But when the pros come back home, mate, on the Papas, they hit Mounts Bay Road at averaging at about 60 k's an hour. So if you're averaging 60 k's an hour, you're definitely mostly going above 60, and that is freaking fast. Got to ride with Luke Durbridge the other day, and mate, the professional sportsmen and sportswomen, they are just so fit. I had an average heart rate of 133 BPM for the entire ride that we did, 50 k's, and Luke had an average heart rate of 80, or just over 80. Very, very impressive. It's a big unit, but hey, super fit as well. That's why those guys are just built different. So here on today's ride, I was planning on a Zone 2 ride. I was actually not planning to record the ride, but once I started recording, I had an idea. Hey, why not just record this whole ride? You know, no one else has recorded a full river loop. Like, I can't find it on YouTube at all, or on Facebook, and so I've decided to do that. We turn left here onto Hackett Drive, UWA. On the left side, you've got hostels and a hotel. So if you're planning to come to Perth to stay, this is a great place as well, because it's north of the river. It's near Matilda Bay, which is further up. Great restaurant, not too far from quite a few different attractions, and not far from the city at all. So that's a great place to be. And this area of the road, Hackett Drive, is a little bit sketchy with the bike path right next to all the parking lots on the left. It can be quite easy to get doored, if you know what I mean. You know, if people open the doors and they go like, oh shit, and what happened to Remco Evenepoel, hey? So this bit, we usually try to ride a little bit on the outside or on the road itself, not so much on the bike path lane when there are cars on the left. A little bit sketchy as well is the fact that you got all those grates. The drainage covers can be quite scary, and you'll see some of them later on after we pass through this roundabout. A big thank you to you if you're still watching this video and listening to my voice, listening to me rambling on. Thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at the.velographer, and you'll find a lot of my stuff posted there. Short reels, post photographs of bikes that I come across. So that's a pretty interesting place to be, my Instagram account. Right here, this is Hackett Drive still, and it's very, very picturesque. In fact, just as we are gonna approach the next roundabout, Amrita here just for some weird reason just starts to push, and there's no segment. On the left is Matilda Bay. That's a restaurant, and it's expensive, but the food is really good. So if you have some cash to splash, want to go out for a nice date, or just take your significant other out, or family, or just treat yourself, that's a great place to be. They've got a good selection of wines in their cellar as well. So this section here is pretty quick, slight downhill. As you can see, we're picking up speed. Not much power needed to be put out at all, at under 100 watts and going 35 k's an hour. So that's pretty good. We had a slight tailwind, and in my head I was thinking to myself, you know, who's going to attack up the climb that's coming up? And I'll talk about that on camera very soon. Meanwhile, just enjoy some music while you watch the video.
coming up to a little hill. It's a pinch really gets me each time. And if you're going full gas and then having to go up, it really kills your legs.
This little pinch of a hill that's coming up, you'll see in a few short moments. This is an absolute heart starter, or it could rip your legs off. If you're riding with a fast group, they'll be flying up here 30 plus k's an hour. You'll be doing about 700-800 watt effort, and yeah, it is not pretty. A lot of people get dropped here just before the left turn at the top.
That music is good motivation. Santa Claus is coming.
The camera angle betrays the actual gradient. Believe me, this bit is painful to ride up. And for the guys in front, they are pushing serious watts. Here is the left turn, and this left turn, there's a slight gradient to it. So imagine you're going full gas up that short climb, turning left, and then the group usually just goes full gas again. And here it looks fairly flat, but trust me, it's a little bit undulating, and if you're going full gas, it really hurts. It really hurts. I remember doing my first Riverloop years ago, and I thought I'd survive that short climb, and then this section came, and as you can see, it goes uphill a little bit and doing 400 plus watts here just to do 31 k's an hour. So if you're going with a fast group that goes even quicker, I remember just last week I was riding with the Riff Cycling Club, RRCC, and they were ripping my legs off, man, like going up here at about 40 plus, and I was just pushing it. I was hanging on for dear life, and I made it most of the way around the Riverloop and got dropped at Perth Drive, which you'll see later on. I couldn't sustain the effort, but managed this far, managed this far so far in this ride, and this is a chill ride, so still fairly easy. Everyone's still together. Rita's still at the front. I can't remember what the bro's name on the left is in blue. Great guy, pushing really hard. I think he was eating a lot of wind throughout the whole ride, so kudos to him. Well, I'm going to leave more music on for you guys right now as you guys enjoy the views.
Been a very manageable speed so far. When I rode with the Riff Raft, they're going about 10 k's an hour quicker, which is absolutely mad. But this is a good, solid Z2 ride. be interesting to see if anyone goes for the Christchurch Sprint. It's a bit of an uphill drag, but you go downhill before that, gain quite a lot of speed coming up.
The Christchurch Grammar School climb comes up in about a minute or so, and it is like an S-shaped curve that goes starts going up. Actually, the segment is uphill, but just before that, right here as we're turning left, it is a downhill towards that segment, and so you can pick up quite a lot of speed. In fact, you can probably hit about 50 k's an hour easily without even trying. I'm doing just about 200 watts, just around there, I think, on average, and you can see 40 k's an hour. And Lance and Ashton go off, and immediately I kick, because why? I don't want to get dropped. Anyway, I follow them and decide, you know what, I'm gonna give it a crack, and so off I go. Lance is on a fixie, so kudos to him. He didn't have the gears to follow me. If he had been on a road bike, I'm pretty sure he would have been in front, because that guy is a mountain goat, absolute crazy guy. Pushing here, 400 watts. In fact, I'm pretty happy. I still got COVID lungs, but I did a PR. No, not a PR. I got my second best effort right here. I almost overcooked the corner here, going at 40 k's an hour. Almost overcooked it, but saved it in the end and reached the top. Pretty happy, but my heart wasn't too happy there. 178 beats per minute. Yeah, pretty cooked, but so happy.
I took the bait and went for it. Low speaker. Heck. Hey, oi! Puncture.
You got air coming out. Oh. Spin it down to the bottom.
For the ceiling. Come on. Down to the bottom.
Yeah, down to
lift
the bottom.
it up. Yep. Okay. Put it down. Yeah, just let the ceiling do its job.
Yay.
Yeah, you know what? Good
job.
What
happened? When did I go over the glass? Puncture at the bottom. We're letting the sealant fill the gap. I guess that's the good point of having sealant, even though I'm a tubes guy. Yeah. You may want to wait a minute or two. Yeah.
Is it healing? Yes. Yeah, fine. It's like squirting. I mean, there's so many. I've made other people squirt. So. You made me squirt. There you go. All right. Boy, top.
Well,
there's some tea there. Yeah, there's some tea there.
Should be good. Yeah.
Oh, it's a good one.
Yep, let's roll.
Oh, good.
Hey, Austin. Yeah, no, he was going fast. I took the bait. Rolling. Oi, too much, boy.
Exactly.
Come back, keep left. Check left before you go left.
This section through Claremont is very undulating, and right here we're going up, and as you can see, those bigger boys and girls are going backwards. Right in front of me is Senyi, who's just started riding bunch rides. I'm not sure why she's got TT bars on her bike. We'll have to find out the story, but nonetheless, she's just started with the group and really enjoying it. So well done, Senyi. Good effort in joining, and all in all, you're actually pretty strong. So kudos to you. I love it when more female riders join. It just mixes things up a little bit, and it's not a all boys club. So here it goes uphill again. This is the undulating part as well, so you can either power up like the guy on the right in white who just went up. As you can see, I'm doing like high 200s, just going up 24 k's an hour. Lance is right next to me and we're just chatting about what happened at the Claremont section. And once you crest this, there is a chance to rest. But imagine if you're riding with a group or if with papas and you're going and you're barely hanging on. I wouldn't be able to hang on, not with my fitness. But yeah, it goes up, it goes down, and when it goes down, instead of freewheeling, they're still pedaling, and it's absolutely nuts. Boxing Day is coming soon, and when the Papa's Ride happens, you want to actually have a good look at all the pros who are gonna come. It's gonna be super fun, gonna be super fast, and if you are a shutterbug, love the camera, take your camera out and head to one of a few places. You can go to Subiaco in the morning, where the ride starts off. You can go to Kings Park, where they'll go through Kings Park as well. That's super good, especially the Kings Park section, because you can just stand by the side of the road and see some of your favorite Aussie World Tour cyclists absolutely smashing it. Last year, I think it was Jai Hindley, he set a new KOM up Cardiac Hill. Absolutely smashed it. Man, those guys are all crazy. Anyways, another place to go to is along Mounts Bay Road. Mounts Bay Road, you can stand there and you can watch them fly past. You can also go to excuse my COVID lungs again. You can also go to Port Beach in Freo, where the finish is, and that is always a treat. So many people lining up the side of the road just to watch this group ride. Remember, it's not a race. It's not a race. It is a group ride. A freaking fast group ride. At this point, we're actually not far off from Fremantle and the Port Beach Sprint. If you look at the top left-hand corner of the screen, you'll see the map there, and you see where it goes straight down the coast. So straight down the coast is where the sprint is going to be, and that's not very far away. And here, the lead group, the leaders have basically gapped, and I'm thinking, dang it, I've got to close the gap. It's an uphill. I'm not gonna push too hard. I will catch them because they're gonna slow down, and sure enough, they did. Going 43 k's an hour. This is a slight downhill and then goes up again. It's not too steep, and so you could sort of maintain the speed going up. You do need to put down a little bit of power, high 200s, 300 watts, which is fine. If you can sustain it for a short burst, you'll definitely catch. And another downhill again, and I'm going, oh, whoa, those guys are flying. Gotta catch up. And I would eventually make it back. Now, at the back of my mind as well about the Port Beach Sprint, I'm thinking, whose wheel should I follow, or will there be a wheel to follow? I would actually find out later on that it would be another group that I would tag on to, pulling the rest of the guys along. And yeah, so anyway, going up the hill, here I make contact, and I can cruise and just sit on behind. Happy days. This is probably the busiest section of road, simply because it's a single lane dual carriageway, and there are lots of restaurants and cafes on the left, which means that lots of cars. Sometimes people fling open their doors, so it's a little bit sketchy, but most importantly, there are zebra crossings everywhere. And for some strange reason in Perth, in this area, I don't know about you guys can comment below, but people just walk across the zebra crossings without actually stopping and waiting for cars to stop. Like they're expecting, it is the pedestrians right of way, right? But you gotta be a little bit careful. You don't just step out. So this guy here on the right is already tightening his shoes, tightening his boas, and he was like expecting me to go up, but no, I wanted to save my energy, save my keep the powder dry. You can see a couple of guys in front already, and I was thinking that still a while to go. I don't have to close the gap as yet. We've still got a few more zebra crossings. That Mercedes is still in front and whoop, slowing down yet again. On the left hand side there, in the blue with the blue gloves, you can see that is Matt, and I got a chat with him. Very interesting story. He bought that Trek Domane. It's an aluminum bike from Japan, and it's got a pannier rack on it, which is rather cool. When I first saw it riding in a bunch with panniers, I was like, oh, that's super cool. Now on the right, you got some guys going by, and you'll see them again. They are from a different group, and everyone's slowing down again because it's the same car with at the zebra crossing, and people are just crossing as well. So it's quite frustrating not being able to continue at a good speed, and everyone's stopping and going. And poor Lance, who's like behind me, was like cursing and swearing because he's on a fixie, right? So on a fixie, to brake, he really has to use a lot of energy to brake, and then to get up to speed again, he's got to really push on the pedals. And so here we got more guys from another group who have caught up with us. Obviously they were going a lot quicker, and I thought, well, if they're going past and we're gonna hit the Port Beach Sprint pretty soon, I'm gonna tag on them, and I'm just gonna tag on them and not get dropped, because some of the guys with our group, like the one on the left right here, Pedal Mafia, the PM kid, he's part of our group. This guy's part of our group as well, and I slowly move up. The guy in front in the Pedalare pink top was an absolutely big unit. Like, he's tall. I think if he got off the bike and stood next to me, I would probably reach his shoulders. Big unit, and a really good draft. Right here I am just staying behind. I don't know these guys, so you don't want to go up too close. It's not really nice drafting someone you don't really know, or attacking them. But I just went and just held the wheel, not too close, a safe distance, just saving my biscuits for the sprint. And right here, there's this white van that suddenly just comes by, like really close, as you can see. No one shouted or no one called us, warned us, and so I'm reaching down and turning on my cyclic camera just in case. It should have been on, but I didn't turn it on. At least I got it on the camera on my Osmo Action. Anyways, I was gonna say I'm checking right, just to make sure that the back is clear, because we're about to hit the corner. This is the second last corner before the sprint, and usually we are already flying. You would be flying about 50-60 k's an hour here in a big group, and so it's a right turn here, and the guy in front starts to pick up pace. If you notice, I will not get into the drops, because since getting onto my new handlebars, the Aero bars, I found that sprinting in the tops is actually a lot quicker. It's really strange, but here I can still put the power down, maybe not as much as before. So we're going around the bend, they're slowly picking up speed, and the guy goes for it, but something happens, he slips. The other two guys on the left are sprinting, but I go down low and put the power on, and I am flying. Pretty happy, considering I've got COVID lungs still, but just putting the power on. Yes, I'm fading a little bit, but the speed is still all right. 55, 54, 53. I put power off because we've gone past the signboard, and that's the finish line. So pretty happy with myself on the sprint. Fun stuff. Taking the corner about 40 k's and then heading off to the first turn there. People like to call it Cheetah's Alley, because there's a bit of a shortcut where you avoid all the traffic if you want to just cruise through and avoid the Port Beach sprint segment.
Yeah, not too bad. How'd you go?
Good. I was behind you.
Nice. Time for a glass of water. Bottle. Were you sitting right on my wheel the whole way, or a gap?
Maybe 3 meter gap. Because you guys took off and they're like, oh, there's a sprint. 52?
No, I hit 60.
Let's see. Then I'm off. Where did I sink? Oh, max at 55.
I think it was top speed of 61.
Nice.
And then eased off to about 56.
Yeah, it's probably why I was behind you.
Good sprint. Open up the legs. It's time to just go easy now. Hope you guys are enjoying the video. Riding with me on the Riverloop. If you enjoy it, like, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, the Velographer, for more content. How'd you go?
I told him to follow you, but he couldn't hold.
Couldn't keep up.
Around the bend, he couldn't hold.
So fucking fast.
It was fast.
Did you win?
Yeah,
Nice.
by a mile.
I know. I was like, I had energy, but I couldn't spin.
I kicked, and when the guy started sprinting,
Yeah, he
I guess tucked in and went. I think he lost a gear or something.
no, he clipped out.
Oh,
He clipped out, so he had to get back in.
and so he stood up. I went aero tuck. I guess
Yep.
I think for me that's the most optimal sprinting position. Here, not here, yeah. Good. It's just so good, like just like that. Heads out here.
700 watts?
I don't know, but I know my max was 61.5.
Nice.
That is quite a speed on a bike. Flat.
Until we get to the hills.
There's a slight crosswind, I think.
Slight cross hill.
Slight cross.
I've been to the hill ride and it's scary going downhill at like 60 seconds. 60.
Man,
Oh,
60?
60.
This guy, we did close to 100.
Yeah, close to 100.
I'm just scared of falling off and dying. That's
You gotta trust your bike, I think.
Gotta trust your back, yeah.
Trust your bike.
But also,
Build it up to 100, not, let's just go for 100.
But also you'd have to just drop down and go arrow, right?
Not
There's no
necessarily.
pushing, is there?
yeah,
You push?
yeah, we do
You
push.
can if you want. Especially in
That sounds like you'd be past the speed limit. That's a 70
yeah.
road.
It is.
80.
Wind's getting stronger. The next bit that's punchy is across the bridge.
Really?
The bridge is really windy.
Yeah,
And then up Preston Point.
up the climb.
Another climb.
I love it.
Throwing. After. Rolling. Music's still playing, which is great. Yeah, fine.
Taking the right over here, the next section heading over the Stirling Bridge is actually pretty tough. It's tiring. I don't really like it a lot because of the wind, basically. So you get a very, very strong wind coming in from the coast, and it's just it's just really tough. It's just really, really tough. It's usually a cross headwind coming from the left, and when you get onto the bridge, the gusts are so strong. You're literally leaning left into the wind and pushing forward as well. So tough. Right here, I'm just trying to take cover. Sitting on the side of this guy like an echelon, and you're just conserving energy.
wind's always a bastard here, eh? Nah. It is. Yours? Oh, mine?
That guy was commenting on my 56s at the front and rear, and yeah, I guess I could do a plug for the wheels I'm using. I'm using the Polaris 56mm deep wheels, and they actually handle really well in the wind. No issues whatsoever. Instead of a real big crazy push, you actually get nudged. They handle well in crosswinds, and yeah, I couldn't recommend them more. In fact, I have a video of when I first found out about the Ascent Polaris line of wheels, and I've never looked back. In fact, I've pretty much gotten most of the offerings, including the handlebars, of course. Alright, we're up at Canning Highway and about to turn left up the Preston Point Road. Preston Point is another sharp pinch. It's like the little hill at the start, just after UWA. Yep. And here we're about to turn left, and it seems like there's been an accident. Police is there. Someone's laying on the ground. I hope whoever you are that you are feeling okay, and that you will get well soon. So this little bit here is a bit of a kicker. I'm going 15-16 k's an hour, 400 watts. This is where you would get dropped again if you're in a fast bunch and if you're not fit. If you're not fit enough, the group is just going to fly up this hill, and truth be told, you probably won't catch them anymore, because right after this crest is a fast downhill. Lance, there he goes on the fixie. What was I saying? Once you crest the top, it's a downhill, a very fast downhill, and that's where everyone's gonna gap you, because you're still climbing and they are picking up speed, going full throttle, and then it's undulating again. I've eased off a little bit, legs are feeling it from the sprint earlier on, but I'm still trying to keep it manageable at about 17-18 k's an hour. The guys up there waiting for the rest. They go, give me a thumbs up, keep going. Okay, gonna keep going then, and I'll try to catch up with that. This is one of the most fun bits of the section once you crest that hill. This downhill segment, if you are really going for it, you can easily hit 50-60 k's an hour downhill, and it's usually pretty safe, this road, but it's super fun to ride, super fun. Good views, the tarmac is alright, no major potholes or anything, and you can just cruise in here. I'm just going by Lance, and I don't think I'm pedaling at all. It's just, yeah, well, I've just started pedaling. Okay. I'm pulling the train here, and for this section it's still pretty easy because it's downhill, but once we go through the roundabout and turn right, that's when we start to get into a block headwind. Behind me is a whole lot of guys, I think like 6 or 7 of them. You'll see them later, and they're not going to do any work, so I thought, well, I'll just put in some effort here and get some work done. So pushing, just trying to maintain a little bit of an effort, high zone 2 effort, and yeah, hopefully hopefully they feel all right, that Nat's not just hiding, hiding from the wind, but he's actually doing some work. So a good place to do work is when there's a headwind, because people don't expect you to go super quick, I think, and just doing a bit of an effort. So that's what I'm doing here, and yeah, once I finish up, I'll let them roll through, and yeah, things were pretty all right. I peel off over here because I've been pulling for a decent number of minutes and letting them go through. When I pulled off, the guy was like, what are you doing? I was like, roll through. I was like, okay. And so here I just roll all the way to the back and try to take a ride all the way up, because this is a bit of a climb up before we turn left towards Point Walter. And that's another undulating section as well. The guys are going, I'm getting some good cover here, and so it's pretty comfortable. Just sitting under 200 watts, just easy pace here. Going up this climb, and what usually happens is that after cresting this climb, it's a downhill and a left at a roundabout and then up again. I take a cheeky left over here because it means that I don't have to go down, and the uphill is slightly shorter, and so I turn left over here, rest up a little bit, not doing too many watts, and when I turned left, actually I was like, did I make the right decision? Because I was getting good draft being at the back. Turning over here, I wasn't sure whether I was gonna end up ahead of them or behind them, so I was a little bit panicky. Anyway, this turning over here onto Bristol is a bit of a not a shortcut, a bit of a cheat. Because you don't have to go down and ride up again. Although there is a small incline over here, as you can see. My power will be starting to go up a little bit because it's an incline. I think it's about 3%. And I see those guys. I see two people go by, and I go, that's not them, that's cool. And then the three lead guys, there's been a gap because of the uphill, and I rejoin the group onto Point Walter Road. So, phew, I'm safe. What happens from here is a downhill. It's undulating again, so a downhill and then a slight drag up before a sharp right turn at a roundabout where we go downhill to Perth Drive. And Perth Drive is where I got dropped by the Riff Raff Cycling Club the last time. Because at Perth Drive, you either get a tailwind or you get a block headwind. And if it's a block headwind and people are going like 38, 40 plus Ks an hour, you're pushing 300 plus watts. I'm a small person. I don't have a lot of power. I can't hold 300 plus watts for very long, at least not doing turns. So right here, they're still cruising at about 30. I think it was a very slight headwind. And so I decided, you know, I'm not going to eat too much wind, just going to hide inside, and just enjoy the cruise. So just have a quick look here. We'll be going downhill very soon, which is right now, and then it goes up for a right. If you are visiting Perth, this is one of the most iconic rides, the Riverloop, Perth Riverloop. And as you can see, it's absolutely gorgeous. The roads are nice, the views are great, and generally it's pretty safe. Drivers here mostly respect cyclists, although there are a few who would wind down the windows, hurl some vulgarities or flip you the bird or throw stuff at you. But that is thankfully few and far between. This is the slight uphill drag I was telling you about. So you got to put in about 300 watts, 400 watts, you know, depending on who you're riding with, really. Or if you're just cruising yourself, yeah, just go a little bit slower here before we hit Point Walter. One of the most beautiful views is coming up, especially if you're riding early morning. So if you're riding early morning and the sun is just about rising, you'll find that when you go down towards Hackett Drive, after this right turn here, the view is absolutely stunning. Like if you took out your phone or you had your camera with you, this bit is absolutely gorgeous because the sun's rising up over there, pretty much tracking east, and you get this beautiful golden light as you're descending from the top of this hill down basically onto Hackett Drive. This corner is also a little bit sketchy. You got a speed hump, a pretty big one, and then a pretty sharp right hand after a left hand. This is where you want to make sure you're slowing down a little bit and keeping left so you can actually go wide and cut the corner when it happens right here. So we take the corner, he slows down a little and then accelerates. All good. And instead of going straight down, the guys actually stop here because it was supposed to be a no-drop ride, remember? Except that everyone sort of split up. This is the view I'm telling you about. So early morning as you're going down, it looks absolutely spectacular. There's a lookout point here as well on the left where we are stopping here. This area, this is like a car park. Nope, so for chill rides we stop over here, or else it's just down Hackett Drive, where it's an absolute smash fest. You can fly down here at about 65 km an hour. If you really push 70, but depends on the time of the day as well. In the morning you get a bit of a headwind. In the evenings you get a nice tailwind. This is what's left of the front group. Oh, someone's going up. See you, mate. Do you know which coffee shop we're going to?
Cheeky boy. Cheeky boy in Apple Cross.
Yep. You guys want to wait or you guys want to go?
How are you feeling, guys? Want to go or wait for the other group?
We can stay. I can go. We can go stay there and wait for the coffee. Have a coffee.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking of having a coffee.
Yeah. Let's go.
Because I think the group like probably more than 5 or 6.
Alright, we decided to go, so off to Cheeky Boy. Cheeky Boy! This downhill segment is really quick, but a little bit sketchy because there's a side road to the left. You can see that car coming out, and sometimes they don't look and they come up. There have been a few accidents here, yeah, with mates I know of. So coming down, just be a little bit careful. If you're coming down at night or early morning in the winter, make sure you've got nice bright lights. Lights will save you. And so this section here, I recently saw a mate come down this hill and he was holding like 61 k's an hour. Absolutely crazy, super fast, and he was holding it for a long while. Now this segment here, you usually get a headwind and so that's what I'm talking about. And the guy in front of me, he is covering, so it's pretty good. I'm getting a free ride. Getting a free ride. All right, so we're going here. This section, Perth Drive, is well known for duathlons. So this whole stretch, you get duathlon competitions. I remember doing one duathlon in 2013, and part of the course was this one. And you go back and forth. So come back the other way, go up the hill, and come down again, and then go back up the hill. And it was a pretty challenging course because of the wind. The climb is short, and that's fine. Repeating the climbs is not a problem because it's short. The main one really was battling the wind. And so here, super lucky, it's not a race, it's not a TT, you can draft. And I draft this guy for a while. This section as well on the left-hand side, if you've got dogs, lots of people love to run their dogs here. It's a beautiful place for a picnic, or if you play footy or ultimate frisbee. I've seen that played here quite often. Well, I'm gonna stop rambling for now and let you enjoy the views and some music. So the guy in front of me, he's a big unit as well, and he's starting to fade. So I decide, you know what, I'm smaller than him. Maybe he can still get some draft, but I'm going to just go ahead and pull for the remainder of this section. Now, notice my handlebars. I'm just going to talk a little bit about it because I've got the chance to, so I might as well. These are the Eru handlebars, Eru Cockpit by Ascent. Ascent is a company in Singapore. They sell their stuff online in Singapore and also overseas as well. We have a distributor here who sells this, my favorite bike shop, Glen Parker Cycles, and they carry these bars as well. And what's so cool about these bars, they put you in a very, very comfortable aero position. Most of the drag comes from your body position anyways, so if you can get your drag down, you basically become more efficient. You can go faster for longer, and when you can go faster for longer, it is overall better. And so right here, into a slight headwind, just under 200 watts, and I'm still doing a decent 30 k's an hour, 30 plus k's an hour here, 34. What's interesting is that the guy I'm catching up to, he didn't want to stop at the top. He was like, he stopped, and he went, mate, I'm gonna go, I'm not gonna wait, I'll see you guys at coffee. And then we sort of just go past him. So you can see that we are pushing it. I was pushing it a little bit. I'm a small guy, my weight is about 67, 68 kilos, 6, 12, 18, so just about 3 watts a kilo. It's not amazing, I don't have an amazing FTP, but I try my best. I'm getting old, you know, but still trying to push, because I think if you don't push yourself, everything basically goes to waste. So here we go, and we're about to finish this segment pretty soon, and jump onto the bike path.
And we've come to the end of the Riverloop. Just as the battery is about to die, so absolutely spot on. Thanks for joining me on the ride. It's apple crust. The cheeky boy's on the right. Cheeky boy, right? Cool. Alright, that's it for me today. Take care, guys. Bye.